So in Season 8, there were some pretty huge changes in Diamond and Above. Essentially, the main big one that everyone was talking about is that there were no more personal performance-based SR bonuses. You aren't going to get an extra 15 or 20 or 30 SR just from playing Mercy and getting really good stats as her. And overall, a lot of people, I think, thought that was pretty dang good, and they thought that that was going to effectively fix team comps in Overwatch competitive. But I want to ask you guys, have you been able to see any really good team comps this season? Have you seen them more often? I'm going to say, for myself, I have seen them a little bit more. I feel like more people are slightly willing to fill, even though nobody's willing to fill as Mercy right now. For the other roles, there's slightly more, but in general, I'm going to say that it's still quite similar to what it was in the past. And why is it that way? Well, I feel like while the one-tricks aren't necessarily getting boosted from, of course, the system, they aren't getting wins like that, there still is the incentive of one-tricking that they can't really take away in the game. When you're one-tricking a character, you're getting better at that character faster than anybody else. You're grinding that character, you're improving as that character, and you can improve the game much faster by playing one character than by playing a ton of characters. Everybody already knows this. And that's kind of where I feel like people are still kind of stuck in. Of course, if you are really good at filling, you're going to climb quite quickly this season. Or if you start to play main tank, or if you just really get good team comps and make the games easier on your own team, you're probably going to start climbing this season. But for a lot of people, they still would rather just try to improve quicker themselves and hope that that can hopefully allow them to play DPS or zone support or whatever to climb in the long run. And that's why I feel like a lot of teams still kind of suck this season, to be honest. Now, some fixes that we could do for this, of course, is just mainly the classic fixes, having a guild system, having a system that automatically pairs you up with, 2 tanks, 2 supports, 2 flex players or something like that. And, we could also do, like, a system where you pick your role, the role queue. Everyone's talking about that forever. There feels like there just kind of has to be something, though, as far as that goes. Otherwise, I think that there isn't much just general fix that they can do to automatically make so that your teams aren't going to just kind of have really bad team comps every game. And that's a thing that I kind of wish that they could help a little bit on. Now, I'm going to say, if you are getting into your own games, and it's not just the team comp, I feel like when you get into a game of Overwatch, you should just kind of expect not too much from your teammates. And I know that's something that I wish, I wouldn't have to say. I wish I could say you're going to get into a game and expect a good DPS player to pull off all the stops and to do just about average every single game. But you can't always really expect that. I feel like going into a game and just expecting everybody to play pretty badly, but for you to play really well that game and hopefully carry your team, that's kind of the way that you want to think about it. You don't really want to get into a game and think, hey, I really hope my DPS is going to do great this game as I'm playing Reinhardt, otherwise I'm kind of screwed. Instead, you want to think, hey, how can I charge more of my ultimates faster as Reinhardt? How can I know when to save my shield and when to go in for damage and when to play defensively, when to get picks, when to go for my shifts? And kind of think more about yourself and just, I guess, kind of ignore your team in Overwatch. Because no matter what the meta is, no matter what the season is, and even if they do happen to add a role queue or something like that, you're always going to have really dumb teammates. I think a good example of this is League of Legends. I've been playing a lot of that game recently, just having fun with my friends. I don't know, I am like gold or something. But in that game, I played a day ago or something. I was playing support, so I didn't feel like I could do way too much. But you still can a lot in that game. But we had this one player that went this character and went like 1 in 15, which isn't a very good score. 1 kill and 15 deaths, obviously not the exact best that you want in the game, but that's a game where you do select your role and select your queue, and he wanted to play that role and he wanted to play that character. So even in that situation, you have to remember that sometimes your teammates are just going to get outplayed, and sometimes you just have to accept that you can't win them all, but you should try your very best to win whatever ones you possibly can. And remember as well, sometimes you'll have really dumb players on your team, but sometimes you'll also have some pretty good ones. And don't let the really bad players override in your mind all the players that are actually playing half decently. Maybe they aren't getting a ton of kills, but maybe they're doing okay. Remember that those players still do exist, and that, sometimes you can win with just okay players versus a team of bad players and one good player. That's something I guess you kind of want to keep in mind. And I guess that's all I'm really going to say today about why your team kind of sucks in Season 8 and why it, for the most part, will kind of always suck. But that's what you can kind of do to overcome it, is just change how you think about these matches and think about, change how you think about your teammates. And I guess change how you think about yourself as well, because sometimes think that maybe you're the teammate that everybody else is complaining about. And, try to keep that in mind when you're complaining about everybody else. Anyways, as always, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Sorry I couldn't make this video 10 minutes long because I couldn't hit that meme, but I hope you guys enjoyed anyways. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you want me to talk about in the future, or press the subscribe button or the notification button. Anyways, as always, guys, though, thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day.